Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is the perfect day here to be crafting. It is snowy and blustery and cold outside. So I'm gonna have a little fun at the craft table today. And I'm gonna do it while drinking a nice hot cup of coffee and working in my coffee journal. I am going to use a coffee mug from the framed coffee cup set over at STAMPlorations, as well as the sketched zinnia, and that is a set of 3 digital stamps, and I'm going to be using 2 of them on this layout. So grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. As in a lot of my videos, let's start with taking a look at what we're going to use. I've got some chocolate ink, which is sort of a darker brown, and then some champagne, which is a lighter one. I have a couple of stamp sets. This one has this pretty little design, and this one has coffee beans in it. And these are both retired stamp sets from close to my heart. This one just happens to have the coffee beans and a sentiment and a few other goodies, but I'm only going to be using the coffee beans. Now here is the little word coffee and the coffee mug, and they are both from the framed coffee cup set. And then these zinnias then are from the other set from STAMPlorations that we talked about. The paper is from Victoria Designs, and I'll be honest, it was laying on my craft table from another project, and I decided, perfect color, I'm going to use that. This is my coffee journal. And the outside of this coffee journal just happens to also be from STAMPlorations. They have lots of great coffee digis over there. So if you're looking for coffee digis, that's the place to be. All right, so I'm going to start by placing that red one underneath. And then I've got my little coffee mug. This has all been colored up with Copic Markers. And I'm going to talk about that coloring. I seldom do, but I will talk about that. Here are my letters that I'm going to be placing along the edge there. Now, this part doesn't need much explanation, so I'm going to let you watch this while I tell you about the coloring of that mug. What I did to color up that mug and get that sort of stoneware look is I went over the entire mug in browns. And you can choose any of the E's that you like. If you want to choose the E30s or the E40s, or if you want a lighter, more yellow, you could go with the E50s. Then after using that and coloring up the mug, and I was not careful about blending, that was not at all what I wanted to do, I went in with my choice of blue. Now I started out with like a blue 90, or I'm sorry, a B99. And then went with like the 97. Then I went into some of the blue 60s and just kind of played around with some different blues. And that's how I got that look. And I was really quite pleased with it, actually. I thought it looked like a really fun piece of stoneware. All right, so here I am just using my Pit pen going around the edges. I do this quite a bit when I don't want to break out my ink and wait for it to dry. And I'm going along and things are going so well, and then, oh, crud. I hate it when that happens. And I'll be honest, many times I will do my Pit pen from the back just in case I do that. But I figured out, hey, it's okay. I can put that little mark at the bottom, and I'll cover it up with that coffee cup. Now I'm going much slower on this coffee cup. I've sped up this video because it's kind of boring to watch somebody do that. And on the little flower, I am definitely going around very slowly on that, and I'm going from the back side so that I don't do that again. All right, so I'm using my Fabri-Tac. I've already adhered the red piece, again from Victoria Designs. Come in and put that beautiful piece on from STAMPlorations. And now I'm strategically placing that mug to cover that mark I made. And again, you're never even going to know I made it. I mean, it's just between you and me, you know. Don't tell anybody it's there. You know, no one will know. All right, and then I will go ahead and just glue in the little zinnia on the front. Now I'm coming in with my Zig 2-way, and I'm going to go ahead and add in these little coffee letters. And boy, if that didn't take forever and ever and a day. But I wanted them in there, and these are from the framed coffee cup. It's actually a digi that has some words with a coffee cup on it and the word coffee, and I just sort of dissected it a bit, and then I had all the different pieces then. But I used a different background. So that's how I came up with this. I did it in Cricut Design Space. All right, so I'm gluing these into place. I like this paper. This paper was a lot of fun to use. It's from the chocolate stack, and it's got red on one side, and it's got brown, that really chocolate brown on the other side, which was just perfect because I had that pinky red tinge in my flowers and my zinnias. And then, of course, I've got the brown for the coffee. So I did not ink around these letters. I left them alone and let that red show around the sides because it went so beautifully with the red paper and with the zinnias. So that's sort of what I did. Now I lost my other E, but then I found it. That's why I was shaking my book around. I was like, did it go into there? Where did it go? All right, as in all of my videos, well, not all of them. Lately, I've not been ending with gems, but today we are. We are ending with the gems. And the backing came off of this gem. So here's another little tip for you. If you lose one, what I did is I just took a little bit of my mixed media glue, it's Ranger, and I just turned my little gem upside down there, or right side up actually, and tap it into that little bit of glue on my finger, then tap it off on another finger, and it's the perfect amount of glue to just stick on there. So there it is. Very simple layout today. Very simple layout. Spent a lot more time coloring than I did actually putting it on the page. So I'm going to leave for you the link below to the Cut It Up challenges and invite you to come and play along with any of your coffee themed projects. Just make sure you've used some die cuts. That's the only requirement, coffee and die cuts. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I'll leave the information below for you, and you leave me any questions, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye.